Well, this is most definitely blackberry season. It's late August, about August 21st today, I think it is. And all of the blackberry bushes are just full to bursting with berries. The season of blueberries has gone. So basically the order of how things grow, or in this area anyway, are strawberries come first in early spring. Then you get the raspberry bushes. Then you get the blueberry bushes in July. And then in August you get the blackberry bushes. So all of these bushes here, these thorny bushes I might add, are blackberries. And over here I have my random courgette plot full of pumpkin seeds and squash seeds and all sorts of things. I have some interesting plants here. I'm not sure what this is, if it's edible or just meant for decoration, but this is some odd thing growing here. I have another squash over here, which is not an acorn squash. I'm not sure what it is though. I have a little pumpkin growing here. I have two zucchini plants here, and they are producing zucchinis like crazy. I've discovered zucchini pancakes recently. My best friend showed me how to make them, and so I'm really enjoying the zucchinis and zucchini pancakes. What else do I have here? I have a couple cantaloupes, and here's some more pumpkins are popping out. Where they're going to anyway. These flowers are so beautiful. I have some cantaloupe strewn about in here. You can see the babies right there. The fun thing about this sort of plot is that things will start popping up. You won't even know that they're growing there, and then all of a sudden you'll see a mound of something and you realize it's a fruit that's been set and is growing, so it's always very exciting. It's kind of like a surprise of sorts. And actually I didn't even notice, but there's an acorn squash right next to the pumpkin. Right there. So this plot has been tremendously successful, perhaps even more so than the other plots of courgettes that I have, just because I threw a bunch of compost in here and left it alone. And I think that the weeds and all the little things growing in between actually dissuaded the groundhogs and whatever else could be here from munching on it. So this is my peach tree. The peaches are delightfully fuzzy and pink. They look like a sunset. They're just beautiful. I have 5 of them on here. I opted to cut a few of them off because I figured the plant is quite small and young and could use more of its energy elsewhere. But I figured 5 is okay. Here, I know it looks terrible, doesn't it? I put these mesh nettings up to keep my carrots and radishes safe in there. And thus far it's been working. So that makes me think it's groundhogs that are munching on them, because a chipmunk would be able to get underneath there. So here I have a watermelon growing. It's got fuzzy skin. It's larger than a baseball, like softball sized. Sorry about the noise in the background, that's construction. Here I have another watermelon, this one's substantially larger. I have my asparagus here, fluffy as always and covering the surrounding vegetation. I have another watermelon vine here, but something ate its leaves, so but it's too late in the season for me to get finicky about these sorts of things. I've gone about as far as I'm willing to go as far as pest control. Another watermelon, and this is a yellow variety, yellow fleshed variety. And there's 2 more here from the same plant. My acorn squash here is going crazy. I've already picked, I think, 10 acorn squash from this plant, and there's plenty more where that came from. My 3-year-old pepper plant is starting to produce here. It's just starting to change color, so I'm going to harvest these guys. Give the plant a bit of a break. I have some more acorn squash growing here, and a cantaloupe as well. I already picked 1 cantaloupe and put it in some water for cantaloupe infused water with a bit of mint. It was divine, really divine, and a lot of people were enjoying that. I have my lucky little mascot here too. and he's keeping the garden safe from all the vermin, the unwelcome vermin anyway. This is a peach tree, but it hasn't produced. Good riddance. I mean, it's too much for such a young plant to produce fruit at that age. So here is my cherry tomato patch. It is sublime. I get about 3 handfuls of cherry tomatoes every day. Every day. It's fantastic. It's just producing like crazy. I can just span across here. And you know what? I really did this experiment with all these varieties to see which one I enjoyed best. But I have to be honest, I love all of them, especially together. When you have a medley of color and flavors and tartness and sweetness, it just makes every mouthful that much better. So what I tend to do is chop them up and put a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, extra virgin olive oil, and it is so good. So this is my Big Mac's pumpkin over here, and I don't know if it's trailing off over here, and boop, you've got a monster over here. I'm going to cut him today because he's already changing position, and there's a very steep hill here, and I know it's a matter of time, so I'm gonna cut him down and let the plant have a bit of a break. Maybe it'll produce more pumpkins. It's still somewhat early in the season. These guys tend to live until October, these pumpkin plants. So this is my pear tree, and it is doing very well, phenomenally well. I mean, not a single leaf looks out of place or bitten by pests or anything, so I would have to say this is the healthiest of all my trees. And it's just reaching for the sky like it's ready to shoot off there, so that makes me very happy. The pepper plants this year have been a mix of good and bad, so several of my pepper plants have had some kind of issue with disease. They're only now starting to produce a tremendous amount. Of course, the Barro de Ribeiro pepper and the Clavo peach over here, which are probably the most flavorful and fruity of the peppers that I have, are colorful and vibrant and have been producing all season very regularly. So these two guys are definitely coming indoors with me. This guy is a good example of one that has a bit of disease, and I'm probably not going to opt to grow him again or take him indoors, for example. This guy as well, the second pepper in this row, he's producing fairly well now, but even so, not a single pepper has turned color on this plant in the entire season, so that's kind of a bummer. Now these peppers, I'm not bringing them indoors, but I have to say these guys are impressive. I mean, look at the size of this behemoth. It is huge. I'm not going to pick him yet because he's not ready, but there's several of these big guys on this plant down here as well. So this plant is impressive, albeit it's now just starting to grow even taller. So, and here I have a gypsy bell pepper that's just starting to turn color, so that's very exciting. And the same best friend Merlin, who showed me how to make zucchini pancakes, also got me this lemon cucumber plant. And it produces these adorable little cucumbers that are so flavorful and not at all bitter, which is so often the case with cucumbers when it's this hot in the season. So I really love that plant. They're so funny looking too. This is another bell pepper plant. As you can see, they're all very small and kind of stinted, and it's only just started producing, so that's no good in my eyes. This big guy here, this is the sweet banana pepper. He's producing very well. The plants are quite large and I think ready for picking quite soon, so I'm pleased with that one. Another pepper plant here that has quite a bit of fruit on it. This one, another bell pepper that's only just started, so that's no good. And then these four over here, which I got from the Home Depot or something, are just completely pathetic looking. I'm sorry to say it, but they did not do very well this season, so what will you do? So over here I have my cucumber. It's been nibbled on, you can tell. But I get cucumbers every few days, and here we go. I have one down here. I think I have another one. I thought I saw one. Maybe not. Yeah, but, oh, here it is. So this plant is doing very well. These cucumbers can be pickled or eaten raw. They're quite yummy raw too. So That's the entire garden. I guess I'll do a little bit of a harvest and show you guys what I get. See you later. And just a quick mention, I learned online that in order for grapes to ripen, they need direct sunlight onto the fruit themselves. I didn't know that. I googled, why aren't my grapes ripening? And look at this, after I cut a bunch of these leaves that were creating shade, I'm getting all these purple grapes over a couple of days. It's fantastic. So this is my harvest today. I got a whole bunch of cherry tomatoes, some cucumbers, a whole bunch of peppers, and a zucchini, and 4 acorn squash, a pumpkin, a little bit of lavender too from my herbs, and blackberries. So I'm thinking I'm gonna make jam with these guys because I have enough of them. I would like to do some kind of tomato sauce with these so that I can use them in the city when I'm doing my master's program. And then I was thinking soup with the acorn squash because I have enough of them that I really could make quite an amount of soup with this. Although I've never done it before, so it's quite intimidating. But I was thinking with the tomato sauce anyway, I would use some of the herbs from my herb garden. The grapes are doing very well. And the herb garden as well. They're a bit wilted looking at the moment because of the sun. But I have sage, oregano, cilantro, thyme. I can use all of those things for the sauces. So I'm thinking I might in fact do that, although I have no experience with it. Let you guys know how it goes. Hope everyone else is having fun in their garden. Bye!